Hey guys, this is Austin, and today I'm here with a video going over some of my
Today
favorite.
I'm here at the Sony booth at E3 2014.
I'm here with my review of the iPhone 6 Plus.
What is going on, guys? My name is Ryan, and today I am joined with Austin Evans, and today we are doing another episode of Student Speak. Now, Austin, why don't you go ahead and start off by introducing yourself?
Sure. So my name is Austin Evans. I'm a YouTube content creator. I've been making videos on YouTube for a little over 5 years now. And I really kind of focus on the technology side of things. So I'm a huge nerd, if you haven't guessed by my Charmander shirt. And I just really love kind of sharing my passion for technology with the entire world. And it's kind of, well, maybe not the entire world yet, but I'm working on it.
All right. So why has YouTube been one of those things that you've wanted to stick with over the years?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got started, I was 16. I had no idea what I was doing, not even remotely close. I just started kind of playing around and took screenshots on my iPod Touch. I used the Rock Band mic I stole from my PlayStation, just like, hey guys, this is a really cool app. It was just terrible videos, but it was something that was fun for me. I mean, from the very beginning, I had a couple people watching, and it was like, getting a comment like, oh wow, check this out, or oh, good video, whatever. That was just like blew my mind. It's like, oh, people like this. They want more. Okay, I can do that. So I just made another video and another video and another video. And about a year or so in, the YouTube Partner Program, back when that was more of a thing than it is now, I finally got accepted into that. And it just was like the happiest moment of my life. I was like, this is a job now. This is something I've been, working on. Every kind of spare minute I could run back and hide in my bedroom and record a video or something. I was like, wow, this could actually be like something now. It could be a job, and that was really big for me. So yeah, it's just YouTube has just given such a crazy opportunity to so many people. I mean, I would never have been able to do anything like that if it weren't for things like online video and YouTube. So I'm just massively grateful that just this platform came up and that I was just kind of in the right place at the right time.
Back in January, I know that there was a fire at your apartment complex. Did an event like this make you think that you would ever stop YouTube?
No. I mean, if you watched I did a video immediately afterward, like it was on my mind instantly. Like, okay, got to get back going. I mean, I think it happened Thursday or Friday. I don't remember exactly, but by the next Monday, I already had not all my camera gear, but I had already ordered new camera gear. I was like ready to be back up and running immediately. So no, never the thought of stopping. That never crossed my mind. I mean, I don't know. It was a rough thing, I mean, I was asleep. Everything was happy. The night before, I stayed up really late, finishing up a video, and I woke up the next morning and I heard yelling. And I look outside and there's just smoke everywhere. And 15 minutes later, my apartment didn't exist. I mean, it was a really kind of a bizarre thing, but it's just stuff. And I think, especially in the industry that I'm in, there's always a new phone coming out. There's always a new computer coming out. There's always just all this stuff that's always coming out. So I think it helps that I'm not super attached to a lot of it. I mean, it's just like, oh yeah, whatever. It's just stuff. I'll replace it. Nothing. I'm still here. Everybody else is still here. So yeah, no, quitting YouTube was never even crossed my mind. So yeah, it took a little while to kind of get back up and going, but I think I'm much stronger than I was now compared to back then.
Mm-hmm. And I recall watching your videos, and that was a very you had a very positive attitude about things. Judging on the videos that you had posted, the tweets you had shared on Twitter. But after the fire had happened, I know your friends Lou and Jonathan had came to visit you. Tell me a little bit about that and how that experience was.
Yeah, so that was a big deal for me. So I remember thinking, like, after the fire, like, it was, it's crazy and running around doing all this stuff. And the next day, went over there and, see what I could find. I did the video. I remember I finished the video, I edited it, I uploaded it, and I sat back and go, wow, what do I do now? It was really the first time I'd actually stopped. And, from being just the complete frantic mode. And I just kind of, like, took a breath. I was like, whoa, what do I do? So for about a week or so, I just kind of didn't do a whole lot, to be entirely honest with you. I really was kind of just, I was staying with my parents, and I really wasn't looking for a place, really wasn't doing a whole lot besides just trying to get insurance and all that kind of stuff done. But I took a break. I don't know. I just needed that time to process everything that had happened. And so I just kind of sat around and just chilled and just kind of felt sorry for myself. But so my dad walks inside one afternoon. He's like, hey, there's the UPS guy. He's outside you need to just sign for packages. I was like, what are you talking about? Any adult can sign for a UPS package. He's like, well, he's waiting for you. I was like, okay, whatever. So I walk out and I see a brand new Mac Pro in the box sitting on the front door. I was just like, what? It just completely blew my mind. So I pick it up, and you guys can see the whole video. But what had happened was John and Lou flew out, surprised me. They had the whole tech community involved, and they all chipped in to replace my computer and a bunch of other stuff. And they just showed up, and I just had absolutely zero idea. It really, really snapped me back. It really did. I mean, it was just such a huge moment for me that not only that, I mean, people would say, oh, I'm so sorry, and this and that. And yeah, that's great, and I appreciate all the sympathy. But to see that these people who are my friends came out, flew halfway across the country or farther just to come, they spent all this money, they got everybody organized, and they showed up at my door to surprise me. I love being surprised, but I'm never actually surprised. Like, people try to do like this or that, and it never surprised me. This was a complete and total surprise. It was huge. And not only that, just to kind of get me back going, but since then, the three of us, as well as several other people in the tech community, have really started doing that kind of stuff all the time. We're going out, doing this, doing that. It really kind of strengthened the entire community as a whole, because now we go, hey, you know what? That was really cool what we did. Let's do more stuff like that. People like it, we like it. So not only was it just huge for me, but it was also a huge, huge help just to kind of get everything back up and running,
Mm-hmm. And for those of you watching, that video link will be in the description down below, as well as all of Austin's links, as well as Twitter, YouTube, and everything like that. So moving on to the next question, what kind of opportunities has YouTube given you?
Oh, a lot. I mean, it's crazy. I think one of the most fun things that I've done was I actually went out to Mount Elbert in Colorado this summer, and we had some sponsors. I was there with Linus from Linus Tech Tips, Logan from Tech Syndicate, the guys from Newegg TV. We all went out to Colorado, and we climbed Mount Elbert with video gear, laptops, the whole thing, and we played a game of Doom on the very summit. So this was the second highest mountain in the lower 48 states, like 14,500 feet. I mean, for a bunch of nerds like us, I mean, yeah, for someone who's like in great shape and probably could go up and down it, and they do it every morning or whatever. But for us, I mean, it was a big, 6-hour hike up to the top and everything. But we did it. We actually broke a Guinness World Record for the world's highest LAN party. It was at the time I was really regretting it. I was like, oh, this is such a bad idea. I hurt everywhere. I can't breathe. It sucks. It's gonna take forever. And in the moment I was just miserable. But the next morning I woke up and go, wow, I really did that. And I think that's something that I would never have done anything like that before. Never, just not in a million years. But being, part of this tech community, being part of YouTube really kind of gave me that, and it's just crazy. So lots of crazy opportunities like that. Recently, actually, I was able to go and take a tour of the Tesla factory. So that video actually won't be out for a little while, but I was actually able to go out with my friend Marquez, and we just did a tour of the entire factory. We had to, kind of see, from the very beginning all the way to when the cars are done. And it's just like, I would never been able to see stuff like that before. So yeah, YouTube, huge opportunities it's just given me.
Mm-hmm. So with the opportunities that YouTube has given you, being able to take trips and meet up with some of your friends through the internet, what would you have to say is your favorite part of being a part of this tech community?
This is gonna sound really dopey, but it's just the camaraderie we have. So actually, I think a great example was last week. We all went out to Pasadena and we rented a condo, and we made a bunch of iPhone 6 videos. So it was myself, John from TLD, and the whole TLD crew. Elric from Tech Up Tomorrow was out there. Jedner from Your Average Consumer. We all just crashed in this condo for a week and just made a ton of awesome iPhone videos. Or actually, we didn't make as many as we should have. But I mean, just be able to just go and, I mean, yeah, you see everybody, making videos, and it's like, oh, this huge, competition or whatever. But it's not like that at all. We're just a bunch of dudes. We go, rent a place and have a bunch of fun and just make some crazy, awesome videos. And the fact that the community is at a point like that where we all can just hang out, we can all just do crazy stuff like that and just say, yeah, sure, let's go rent a house. No problem, we can do that. Let's just go make a bunch of fun videos together. Just that was literally the entire plan. The fact that we can all do that and be totally cool and just have all this fun is just, it's awesome. As I almost pull my earbud out.
Sort of wrapping up here, how do you plan to further evolve and grow your YouTube channel within the next few months and years?
Yeah, so a few months, no major changes. I mean, I'm constantly tweaking, like the formula for my videos. So kind of learn how to, make the videos a little bit better. Try to make the topics a little more interesting. All the kind of the normal stuff. Throughout the next couple years, it's kind of hard to say. It really is. I mean, I have ideas of things I would like to do. A year, 2 years from now, I'd like to, expand and create more channels and get more people involved. All these different things, but that's far off. It's not going to happen anytime soon. And this kind of stuff changes. I mean, the online video space has been pretty stable the last few years. I mean, if you want to make videos, you make it on YouTube. Not a whole lot of questions. But there's a lot of competition coming for YouTube. And I'm very, very curious to see how some of this stuff kind of pans out. I think some things might be pretty interesting. So, yeah, just very, very interested to kind of see how things move forward. But I don't want to have like some giant master plan. It's just kind of, you see things coming, you jump on it, or you have a really good video idea, you make a bunch more of that like that. Just kind of just being able to just go with the flow.
And if somebody did want to make a YouTube channel, what kind of advice would you give them starting out?
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, it's hard because when I started, it was 2009, right? Like, there were very few people making videos. So even though I made terrible stuff at the beginning, it was okay because everyone made terrible stuff. So I had the luxury to be able to grow up with the platform and kind of learn all these things alongside everyone else. So I think people who start today have definitely some advantages. They can kind of see what works and what doesn't. So for example, like a tech review, the old style was you turn on a camera and you have your hands in the shot and you're like, oh, and you talk for 30 minutes and that was your video. Yeah. That doesn't really work so much. Some people definitely do that style very well, but generally speaking, it's more of like an edited style. You have a little bit nicer cameras, all these kind of things. And so, the newer generation can absolutely be able to kind of learn from that and say, oh, okay, you know what? This is kind of maybe the style that works best and all that kind of stuff. On the other hand, though, there's major disadvantages in the fact that there are just so many people on YouTube who are doing this right now. I mean, it's hard to, I don't know. I mean, it's a lot harder to get noticed. It's a lot harder to get started. I mean, once you get that first 1,000 subscribers, that first 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, everything after that is so much easier. But getting that first, 10, 15, 20,000 subscribers, all that kind of stuff is so difficult right now. So I don't know. I think the big thing is just make awesome stuff. Like, that's always been my motto. Just make the coolest stuff that you can. If everyone's going to go do an iPhone unboxing, right? Okay, cool. That's fine. Everyone's going to do it. It's going to work well. But if you can make something really awesome, if you can make something that's completely, out of left field, it's totally different, but in a really interesting and cool way that no one else is doing, I think that's a huge, huge thing to kind of separate you from the thousands of people who are doing the exact same thing. So I would say just try to make the coolest, best content you can, and don't be afraid to fail because you are going to fail straight up. There's no question about it. Everyone's going to make this terrible video that they're going to regret, or they're going to get 100 subscribers and then do something and, half of them are going to leave. I mean, all these things are going to happen. You just got to be ready for that and just go, okay, you know what? Learn from the mistake, move on, not the end of the world. You just know better that next time you won't do that thing. Because believe me, I've had more than my fair share of giant mistakes that were, in hindsight, just horrible. I don't even like to think about them. But I will never do anything like any of those mistakes ever again because I definitely learned my lesson. So that's a huge thing. Just know that you're going to fail and know that that's okay, that that's the best way to learn.
I totally agree with that statement. And lastly, where can we find you on social media and things like that?
Sure. So on YouTube, it's youtube.com/Austin Evans. I'm pretty active on Twitter, so that's twitter.com/Austin, not Duncan, because someone has Austin Evans. It's like this great story. No, someone just took the name, so I have a different name. And same thing on Instagram, instagram.com/Austin, not Duncan. Photography is kind of one of my little hobbies, I guess. So yeah, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube are pretty much where I'm at.
Awesome. Austin, I would like to thank you for being here on the show today. All of your links and everything will be in the description video down below. And with that, I'm Ryan Long from Long Media Films. This is Austin Evans, and we will catch you in the next video. Peace off.